Oh, okay, so now we're talking about Fortnite again. What year is it again? I forgot. So yeah, basically, some of you might remember this game. It was kind of popular back in the day, called Fortnite. Still over 100 million people play it regularly, and it's obviously one of the most popular games ever made. But the thing is, it was just completely canceled by Apple. You used to be able to go on Apple, on the nice little app store that they have going on there, and search up the name Fortnite on there to see one of the most rated games and downloadable apps as a whole. But now if you were to do that, you just get nothing but an empty slot of air and a bunch of other rip-off games probably. So yeah, that's right. Overnight, Apple actually completely took off Fortnite from the App Store, and this also goes for Google, along with all the Google app stores that there are. So if you have an Apple phone or an Android, you technically can never play Fortnite on there ever again. So basically, Fortnite wasn't really fully finished. It was just kind of like knocked for a while, and it was just, you know, crawling around waiting for some assistance, but you know, Apple just decided to swoop in just right about now and get that victory royale on it, just with a nice quick one hit. Now essentially the reason why this is video worthy is because this escalated to a little bit more than just that. So this all started when basically Fortnite as the app itself decided to change things up a little bit with its technique, and they decided to actually, instead of going with Apple's policies of having in-app purchases through Apple itself, get rid of all that and start their own system so they make 100% of the money, instead of allowing Apple to take the normal fee of about 20 or 30% that they do with all the other applications that have ever been made, because apparently I guess the rules no longer apply to them. Now this was a change that also affected all the other applications that they had on different platforms like Google as well, because this was just a whole game change in effect. So quite literally right after that, Apple kind of didn't like that, and they decided to go ahead and destroy Fortnite from existence. No longer able to be accessed, just completely gone. Fortnite is actually the #1 most downloaded game in App Store history. For it to just be taken down instantly is just kind of something that no one was really expecting. But what no one was also expecting was Fortnite's actual reaction to this happening. So instead of just like making a little tweet about it saying, hey, everything's all good, we're gonna get it figured out or whatever, they decided to release straight up propaganda against Apple itself. Like, they literally made a video, basically slapped it right in their game, just for every single person playing it to come across and see this nice video in a form of an old-fashioned computer commercial, which Apple used to do, protesting Apple as a whole for taking down their app because they decided to violate the policies that Apple has had for a long time. Now, of course, there's lots of arguments to be made here, who's right, who's wrong, but at the end of the day, Fortnite is worth about $15 billion. Now, that's like crazy. I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's just unbelievable. That's a crazy amount of money. But then Apple, on the other hand, on the other side of the ring here, is working with about $2 trillion. So a little bit of a disadvantage there. Now, they just recently came out with information saying that they were now suing Apple, or at least going through with a lawsuit involving them. The thing's about 80 pages long, so you definitely won't be catching me reading all that, but it's going to be involving a lot of money. The most peculiar aspect is Google seemed to have been not even a target at all by Fortnite and the company that makes Fortnite. They only decided to go after Apple. Now, you can technically still download Fortnite with your Google phone because, you know, you can do all kinds of hacking stuff on those things, but in a nutshell, what just happened here was that, in summary, one day Fortnite just said, nah, I don't feel like giving away 30% of my money anymore, so we're not going to do that. And they got rid of the whole thing involving Apple's in-app purchases and made them all on their own. And then Apple didn't take too kindly to that, and they didn't appreciate it whatsoever, and instantaneously snapped them out of existence, along with Google as well. But nobody cares about Google in this situation. And Fortnite, or I should say Epic Games, was a little bit salty that Apple decided to start default dancing on the corpse of their game, which is no longer on the App Store or anywhere else on any mobile device. So they decided to basically shoot out a whole video campaign to most likely millions of primarily very young children to advertise against Apple, because apparently that's actually going to do something. I mean, it's the most brilliant thing ever. All you have to do is just get a whole bunch of kids storming onto Apple's support page and demanding them to give back Fortnite with a nice catchy hashtag, because hashtags always do a lot. As a matter of fact, where would the world be if we didn't have hashtags? I mean, Apple basically has no choice but to listen to them. But in all seriousness, this will be a severe detriment to Fortnite's already dwindling existence. Half the game's population was already on mobile devices, and it no longer is because of this. Apple's not going to do anything about it. Google's not going to do anything about it, because it's quite simple. There's policies, and they violated them. But it was definitely an entertaining response, and definitely a reaction from Epic Games itself worthy enough to be in this year's YouTube Rewind. So I definitely got to mark that down, because that's definitely something that should be taken into consideration. But anyways, that's pretty much it for this video. I'll see you guys later.